in equity or stock investments around the world or whatever. And that's a little risky. So that the point is that when you're younger, if you have 40 years to retire or 30 years, you have plenty of time to adjust to the market. So a target date fund is if you're getting ready to retire in 10 years, you only want to get a 25 fund. It might have 40% bonds or 50% bonds and 50% stocks. In other words, it gets less risky over time. So as you do get ready to retire, you take a little bit less risk because you're going to depend on that money for income. Stocks do not provide income. That's what people look at stocks and they say that stock market went up 25% last year. Well, the only way you can get money out of a stock fund is if you sell it. But if you have a bond fund, you might be getting a 4, 5, 6, 7% coupon dividend yield without selling anything. That's why when you get older, you want more bonds in your portfolio and less stocks. Do you want to get rid of stocks altogether? No, you don't, because stocks hedge against inflation, because they kind of flow with the market, with growth of the market. And a mutual fund that does that can hedge against inflation. So most people, most people realize that there's a couple of competing things against you when you retire now. Years ago, we didn't have the mortality. Most of the average, let me ask you a question, makes it more interesting. At the turn of the 1900s, what was the average lifespan?
55. Probably 50, somewhere around. 45
to 50, the average lifespan? So anybody that was born in the 1900s could expect to live about 45 to 50 years. What's our average lifespan now? 82, 83. For men it's maybe 80, and for women it's 84. Women, you got a better chance at living longer. But when was Social Security designed?
40s.
Okay, for those of us who are a little bit older, know that 40s are not ancient. I was born in the 40s, and it's not ancient.
I mean, that was like in the 20th century. That's way back.
It was in the 30s when Social Security was to put a. But at that time, the average lifespan wasn't even 65.
It's 55.
And so the idea was if anybody lived beyond 65, there wasn't a great chance anybody who was in the system, there wasn't a great chance that the government was ever going to pay out. What's the chances of them paying out now? Most everybody. I mean, do you think that Social Security's actuarial calculations are out of date? That's part of the problem that the government is having right now in funding this thing. They're going to have to find a different way to fund it.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Here's the questions in reverse order, because this is the way I printed them off. So David's question comes up last.
Okay, we're going to deal with the questions from Facebook.
What's a good investment for kids under 7? 529 plan, a UTMA, or other? I'm assuming that this question is related to college education funds for children. Without question, 529 plans. The UTMA stands for Uniform Trust to Minors Act. It's also otherwise